Ecosystems, right? Pfft, yeah, everyone's got one. It's what people talk about with technology, creating a whole ecosystem of devices and services to create a lock-in and prevent you from switching to a different device or platform. Well, in this video, we're going to talk about the 10 best features of the Apple ecosystem. Sponsored by Setup. Hey, I'm Jerry, and in the last few years, I've been drawn back to the Apple ecosystem. And you know what? It's pretty nice in here. Sure, there are a few faults, and not everything is as smooth as it could be sometimes. But overall, there is a lot to love. Apple makes some amazing products, from the Mac and iPhone to the Apple Watch and the iPad. When you look at any one of these products individually, you'll find best-in-class performance, hardware, and design. But when you have more than one Apple device, you get the benefits of the Apple ecosystem. So in this video, I'm going to go over some of my favorite features that Apple offers to make you want to use Apple stuff, and some of the stuff I'm looking forward to later this year with macOS Monterey and iOS 15. So let's get started, and the first thing that I love about Apple devices is device setup. If you're coming from an existing Mac, iPad, iPhone, or Apple Watch, it's really easy to just copy everything from the old device to the new one and be up and running without needing to reconfigure all of your settings or reinstall all of your apps. I mean, do you realize how long it takes to set up a new iPhone or Mac from scratch, including installing all of your apps and configuring all of your settings and making sure everything's how it was before or just the way you like it? It takes like forever. When setting up a new iPhone or iPad, all you need to do is unlock one of your existing devices when it's near, and then you'll have the option to copy settings from the old device. The new device will show a crazy orb spinning whatever thing that you can scan with the camera of the old device. This will instantly copy over things like Wi-Fi settings and your Apple ID to help speed up the setup process. Then you get the option to copy over data directly from your device or from a backup. And when it's all said and done, you are up and running with everything matching your old device just like you never left. The process is kind of similar on the Mac with the option to copy apps and settings from another Mac or to restore from a Time Machine backup or another disk connected to the Mac. Next, Apple has this umbrella feature called continuity, which allows for a seamless integration and movement between your devices. There are several features and things that work because of continuity, and the first one that I want to talk about is AirDrop. AirDrop is awesome for getting files between devices. If you have a file or a video on your iPhone that you need to move to your Mac or your iPad quickly, you just use the share sheet and tap on the other AirDrop device you want to send it to, and bam, through a direct Wi-Fi connection, the files magically copy over. I use this all the time when I take some B-roll footage on my iPhone and I want to get it to my Mac quickly for editing. It's faster than waiting for iCloud to sync it in the background or sending it to yourself with email or text somehow. When you use AirDrop, Apple just kind of decides for you what to do with the files. For sending files to the Mac, it'll just put it in the downloads folder. If you send stuff like photos or videos to the iPad or the iPhone, it will automatically open up in the Photos app. If you want more control over how you move files back and forth between these devices, you can also use Universal Clipboard instead. Universal Clipboard is a feature which allows you to copy something on one device and paste it on another. If, for example, you're working in a chat app on your iPhone and need to copy some text or something from your iPad or your Mac, then you can simply right-click and copy or Command-C and then tap and hold on the iPhone to paste the text you just copied. Just like with AirDrop, this limits the need for finding other ways to get information from one device to another without using some kind of background app syncing like with Apple Notes. And like I said a moment ago, you can use Universal Clipboard for sending files too. I can copy this video file from the Files app on my iPad and then paste it to the Mac desktop super quick. If you use Universal Clipboard instead of AirDrop, you have more control over where your file ends up, and then you can decide to open it or move it or whatever you need to do. Instant Hotspot is the ability to automatically tether a Mac, iPad, or even iPhone to another iPhone with cellular, or iPad with cellular. Now, I much prefer to have cellular built into my iPad, but until we get that option on Mac, at least I can quickly tether to my iPhone or iPad by going right up to the Wi-Fi menu at the top of the bar and selecting my other device. And because you're signed in with your Apple ID to everything, no password is required, and you're automatically connected. Continuity Camera allows you to take photos for your Mac with your iPhone or iPad. You can use this in Mail, Notes, and other apps. To do this in Email or Notes, just select the photo attachment icon. Find your device and click on Take Photo. The camera will pop up on your device, allowing you to frame and snap a photo before placing it into the document. When I bought my first Mac in 7 years last summer, wow, has it been a whole year since I went back to the Mac? That's crazy. Let me know if you're interested in hearing any of my thoughts on that, because I'm kind of curious now that I think about it. But anyway, one of the features I really wanted to try after getting a new Mac was Sidecar, which is the ability to use your iPad as a second display for your Mac. It's really easy to set up by just going to the display options in the menu bar on your Mac, and then selecting the iPad you want to connect to. This gives you an expanded desktop to work in if you're away from your regular full monitor desk setup and need that extra real estate. Some apps allow for basic touch input using the Apple Pencil, and you can use 2 fingers to scroll up and down or left and right and things like that. But for me, just having that extra screen space can allow for a much better mobile multitasking experience. And now, AirPods. And man, do I love these things. These are one of my favorite things ever created. I love having this small, compact set of headphones in my pocket at all times to be able to quickly throw them in my ears for a call or just for checking out a video while I'm standing in line. iOS 14 gave us the new feature of quick AirPods switching, which will automatically switch the active audio device depending on what you're doing. You can be watching a video on your iPad using your AirPods, but when you answer an incoming call on the iPhone, the audio will automatically switch over for you. You don't have to do anything. Or you can be going back and forth watching or listening to different things, which I've done this when doing research on different topics or trying to figure out how-tos to do something either on a computer or even something around the house. Here's an example I showed in my iPad Air 4 accessory video. All right, and the last thing I want to talk about under the continuity umbrella is text message forwarding with iMessage. On your iPhone, you can go to Settings, Messages, Text Message Forwarding, and select the other devices you want to forward SMS messages to. Now, just like your Blue Bubble messages, you can send and receive SMS messages on your iPad and Mac. No more needing to go back and forth between devices to answer SMS messages or only receive some of your messages on your Mac and iPad. You can quickly see and respond to or create new threads of SMS and MMS messages from any of your Apple devices. Moving outside of continuity but sticking with iMessage for a moment, Macs and iOS devices can automatically fill in those annoying security codes that apps and websites send you when you try and log in. With the Apple ecosystem and text message forwarding that we just talked about, Apple will give you a pop-up to automatically fill in those codes for you in Safari on Mac and pretty much everywhere else on iPhone and iPad. Instead of receiving a notification about the code, opening up Messages, and then trying to copy the message in there or the code in there, or trying to memorize the code, then pasting or typing it in, a little pop-up will appear, allowing you a single tap to fill in those security codes for you. It's such a little time saver, but helps to alleviate some of those annoyances you experience every day when signing into websites and apps. I probably use this 10 times a day between personal work and YouTube stuff, so I like it. Now, I want to talk about apps real quick, and more specifically, getting apps. Apple launched the App Store for iPhone in 2008 and the Mac App Store in 2011, which brought an easy way to find and get new apps. With a couple of clicks or taps, you can download or buy millions of apps which can be shared across your devices. You don't need to keep track of your license keys or purchases, and your whole library is just right there if you need it. I don't need to show you how the App Store works because, you have to know, right? Otherwise you wouldn't be here. I use them and love them, but many of the apps I use are apps for Mac that are not in the App Store for various reasons like API restrictions, costs, or other Mac App Store issues. And that's where our sponsor comes in. Because behind the beautiful design, the hidden value of the Mac has always been software. SetApp is a curated subscription of over 200 paid apps in multiple categories brought together under one roof that can give you a huge boost in overall productivity, all for one low price. With maintenance apps, you can get a better understanding of how your Mac is running by monitoring the CPU, GPU, temps, fans, and more with iStat menus. Or you can speed up your Mac by removing the unneeded junk, background processes, and malware with the help of Clean My Mac X. With utilities like screens, you can remotely access and control other Macs and PCs. You can use Clear VPN to securely browse the web and stream video from different regions. Setup also has apps for development, writing, education, and more, all curated so you can just focus on work. The best part about Setup is the price, because if you wanted all of these apps, it would cost you over $6,000. With Setup, you can get full access to all of these apps free for 7 days, and then it's just a flat price of $9.99 after that. To get started with Setup today, check out the link in the description below. And my thanks to Setup for sponsoring this video. Okay, so I barely scratched the surface of all of the great benefits and features of the Apple ecosystem. I could go on and on about other things, smaller things, but you'd probably get bored and go away. So let's talk more about that below in the comments, but let me tell you more about what I'm excited about coming out this fall. At WWDC, Apple announced a number of things coming to macOS Monterey and iOS 15, like Universal Control, which takes Sidecar that we talked about to a whole new level. Universal Control allows you to instantly control multiple devices next to each other with the same keyboard and mouse. Open up an iPad next to your Mac, and you can move your mouse right on over past the Mac screen into the iPad screen and completely control your iPad with its own mouse interface. You can even mix and match up to 3 Macs or 2 Macs and an iPad, each running their own completely separate desktop. I'm really excited to see some of the use cases for this, and if it works well, I wonder if that would make the base level iMac the best second external display you can get for a Mac. They also announced SharePlay, which gives you a way to enjoy content with others remotely. You can share your screen on your iPhone or iPad and look at the same website or app, or you can start a video on one device and share it to another where it will sync up and you can watch content together, or listen to music. Supposedly, you just open up a streaming app while on a FaceTime call and Apple takes care of the rest. I have questions about how that's going to work, like, do you both need a subscription to said service? I don't know. I guess we'll see. Those are the 2 things that I'm really most excited about and most intrigued about, along with a lot of other things that'll be coming out this fall. And I'll definitely be making some more videos about them, so make sure to hit subscribe and hit the bell if you want notifications about those upcoming videos. So there are a ton of features that make the Apple ecosystem worth getting into, and pretty hard to get out of actually. But that probably makes the experience of using the multiple devices so much better. What are your favorite things about the Apple ecosystem, and what are you excited about in the upcoming releases? Let me know below. If this is your first time here at my channel, I hope you consider subscribing and checking out some of my other videos focused around Apple gear right over here. Hit the thumbs up button if you liked it, and I'll see you next time.